Here's what I've learned so far keeping Gwendolyn inside the shed for about an hour a day or so. She's always looking for a small area to hide in, and she like stuffs herself in whenever she feels startled. But I'm also conditioning her to be able to be okay with like sound and loud noises and just me moving around. But she has gotten familiar with the shed and she's gone into here, finds small crevices and small areas to hide. So she stuffs herself into this area here and she jumps over here and stuffs herself in there. She's even stuffed herself in there and in the corners over there. So she's like always in constant search for a place to hide. My biggest problem with keeping her in here like this is her hocks, her feet here, the bottom of it always gets wet and soiled. So I think what's happening is because she's just standing on the ground basically, when she like goes to the bathroom, she ends up walking around in her filth. And the bottom of her feet has always gone wet after about like 30 minutes of just hanging out in here every single time. And that never happens when she's in her cage. When she's in these cages up here, that never happens. But when she's in here, that happens all the time. So I am trying to learn, and I'm trying to figure out why people prefer raising rabbits in this way, in this method. I know this is not the most suitable setup for a colony setup style, you know. I'm just doing it with one rabbit so far. But for the most part, I don't like that her hocks are always getting wet and soiled by her pee. My goal is to keep these animals clean. And this doesn't seem to keep them clean because it takes less than 30 minutes for her to soil herself. And I don't see this being a preferred method of keeping a rabbit. However, on a positive note, I have seen more positive behaviors from her. Just her being able to be more of a rabbit, being able to run around, explore, and socialize in the sense that she's able to go around and look at her environment, explore, and just do what a normal rabbit can do out in the wild, right? So I see that as a positive. However, a lot of the negatives in this sort of setup, I feel kind of outweighs the positive. She's also more exposed to bacteria and possible parasites and stuff being in this setup. She has a higher likelihood of actually getting sore hocks now because of this setup. But I'm only keeping her in here for like an hour a day or so. And then I put her back in her cage. This is sort of like her playtime, kind of. I kind of leave her in here by herself for about an hour, and I spend about 15 minutes with her and just kind of getting her familiar with me. And yeah, I don't know, she's just being a rabbit. I don't like that the bottom of her feet is always wet. Come here, girl. Yep. It's soiled and it's gross. I don't even know where she's pooping or peeing, to be honest. But yeah, see? She goes and she finds places to hide. She's always seeking small spaces. All right, well, time to go back into her cage. She's definitely got a personality, though. She's really sweet. I really like her. So she'll be a great breeder in the future. 14 weeks old. I'm going to try to either breed her when she hits like 75% of her adult weight, or I'll try to breed her around 6 to 7 months or so. We'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. And here she is back in her cage. Nice and clean and nice and safe. Oh, see? Look how relaxed she is. I remember some dude says that our caged rabbits don't lay down and relax. Also notice that she doesn't eat her pellets though when she's outside of the cage. So when she's in here, she's not eating pellets. I have them out. But when she's in her cage here, she does eat her pellets. So that's good.